Hello friends, welcome to another episode of Killingly Public Library's craft videos. Today we're going to be making memo holders or little note holders, or you could even use it to hold pictures. Just get creative and see what you can do with it. So I'm just using some large binder clips today, and they're a little bit different. So if you know whatever binder clips you find, you'll want to measure and see, because these are not exactly the same, though they're both 2 inches across. The amount of paper it takes to cover the base of each is slightly different. This one, it only takes 3 inches, and this one it's 3.5. So measure your binder clip and see what works for you. I also have a bunch of different cutout stamped gnomes, and I colored one. I chose one of my gnomes and colored him. I also have a little stamped elephant, and I cut that one out as well. It just looked like this first, and then I cut around. But you could use all kinds of things to embellish your binder clip. Maybe you want to use some dried flowers or silk flowers or some lace. I'm using some paper. Maybe you want to try some cloth. Let's see what else. Different ribbons, washi tape. There's lots of different things you could use, but this is how I am doing the binder clip memo holder today, and let's see what you can create. So I'm going to start with the larger one first, and I have my paper measured at 2 inches across and 3.5 inches down, and I'm just going to glue it to the binder clip, okay? There, so I've glued the paper to my binder clip, and as thoroughly as I thought I measured, I have some here that is higher than I wanted it. As you notice in the front here, I have the black lip showing, but here the paper kind of goes up and over the black lip. If that doesn't bother you, then you could certainly leave that. It's the back of the clip, maybe it wouldn't even show. I can see some of the paper sticking up slightly, so I think I'm just going to take my razor knife and cut there. So that is what I was going for. Now I'm just going to embellish it a little bit. So for this binder clip, I thought I would stick on my elephant. There's my elephant. And I also stamped this little "don't forget" sign. I thought that would be cute since it's a memo holder, right? You could put memos here that were important that you didn't want to forget. And I'm just going to glue it right here on the little black lip there at the top. Okay. And there you have it. Don't forget. And you can put your little memo in here. If you wanted, you could add some ribbon on here. or somewhere else, I'm just going to leave it like so. But the next one, I'm just doing two because I couldn't make up my mind what I wanted to do. Maybe you will not have that problem, but I wanted to do a couple of different uh, options. And so for this one, I've just chosen another piece of scrap paper. I'm going to glue it down on my clip. And just like the other one, I just didn't measure as good as I thought, and so I'm going to trim this with my razor knife. And it isn't terrible left there. I think the way I'm going to cover this, it wouldn't even show, but I just want to cut it off. There. So that's my front and back. And for this one, I wanted to use the gnomes. I just think they're so darn cute. I just couldn't resist. So I had to make two. It just seemed to me that a little memo holder saying "don't forget" was ideal. But the gnomes are so cute. Yeah, just can't not use them. For this, I want to stick the gnome kind of like so. I mean, you could do whatever you wanted with yours, but I'm going to just stick my gnome kind of there. And I have a little gnome sweet gnome sign that I'm going to attach on there as well. I have one in pink too, but I think the white will be a better choice. So that's the one I'm going to go with. There, I've glued my gnome and my little sign on. And I think I'm going to tie this little scrap of green ribbon at the top here. It was just something left kicking around in my office. I'm not even going to tie a bow. It's going to be a knot. Just going to knot it on there to give it a little something, because it's just a scrap and there isn't even enough to tie into a bow. But I thought it would just give it a little bling. And I'm just trimming it a little bit. And there's my little ribbon. I don't know. I guess it could be fine just like that. If you wanted, you could add some kind of little sparkly, blingy things on there too. I'm just going to leave it as is. So there you have it. Just a couple of little memo holders or photo holders, whatever you wanted them to be. They stand up on their own. I do have the paper glued directly to the binder clip. It's not loose at the bottom. You can see it is glued, so it kind of goes like so. So it does stand all on its own. And that's it. It's pretty simple and basic. You can get very creative though and see what you can do with anything you've got laying around to dress it up a bit. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I can't wait to see your finished projects. Please share them with me at info@killinglypl.org. And I'll catch you in another one of our craft videos. Thanks for watching.